going on, Jerome's? So, at an undisclosed location, Vikings were so bad that made me leave the state. Coming to you live from scenic and beautiful, wonderful Gary, Indiana, where they just had the F1 race. It was great, but so I understand the frustration from the Vikings game on Monday night. And the Vikings, yes, they could have, should have beat the Bears, just like Sunday night, should have, could have beat the Broncos. But it's a whole thing about expectations. And after further review, should we be as harsh as we were on Kevin O'Connell and Josh Dobbs? I mean, Josh Dobbs has been a career backup for maybe a reason, and Kevin O'Connell's still learning on the job, but his lack of aggressiveness and also the lack of a cohesive game plan for utilizing Dobbs' best attributes, it's frustrating, man. Absolutely is. And the whole thing about it, too, is we said this at the time when the Vikings were 0-3 and 1-4, that the Vikings were firmly playing with house money. And the 5-game win streak was phenomenal. Maybe did it enhance expectations a little bit? Maybe, but maybe not. We're trying to walk a fine line between, hey, it's okay, you don't have Jefferson, hey, you don't have Kirk, hey, you started out 0-3, 1-4, just do your best, little fellas, and as well as, hey, you should have beat the Broncos, you should have beat the Bears, right? So walking that fine line, and it's a little bit tough right now. But I firmly believe that at the end of the day, if you told me that the Vikings would be 6-6 in the playoff places and also have a favorable setup to make a run in the postseason, yes, I would have certainly taken that at 0-3, 1-4, right? But now, I mean, that 5-game winning streak ratchet up expectations. And we see comments where it's like, oh, the 5-game win streak doesn't matter, bro. A 5-game win streak in the National Football League against anyone matters, especially when it was 2 road games in division. You beat the Falcons, who are leading the NFC South. You beat the Saints, who were leading the NFC South, and you beat the San Francisco 49ers. Oh, but they didn't have Debo. Didn't have Justin Jefferson. Tit for tat, 1 for 1, whatever. But either way, we've seen that this Vikings team is capable of playing great football. The defense right now is playing top 5. The offensive line, outside of the game on Monday night, was playing pretty damn good. Josh Dobbs can be that guy where he can get back to being the passionate. And we've also seen thoughts too, was like, well, maybe Kevin O'Connell called that really vanilla game plan because he didn't want Josh Dobbs to make mistakes. Yeah, how'd that work out? So you're having a guy who is not a pocket passer. Hey, how about you just be a pocket passer and let's take away the best thing that you do is running with your legs, because we're afraid that you'll make mistakes. Oh, you had 4 interceptions? Oh, no big deal. And yeah, two of them were tip balls that weren't really on him, but also he threw about 6 or 7 meatballs up for grabs to the Bears, right? But either way, the Vikings did enhance expectations, and I mean the season was sort of finito kaput at 0-3, 1-4. But here's the thing too: the Vikings and their losses. The Vikings should have, could have beat the Bucks. Should have, could have beat the Chargers. Should have, could have beat the Bears. Should have, could have beat the Broncos. Definitely should have beat the Eagles, and they definitely should have beat the Chiefs, right? So the Vikings aren't getting boat raced in any of these games. One play here, one play there, and they're top dog. And that's what's really frustrating about this. And it doesn't matter that Kirk's out. It doesn't matter that JJ is out, maybe returning against the Raiders. Next man up mentality, man. It's really... So I picked this location because it had very little foot traffic, but then all of a sudden it became like Mardi Gras down here, man. We'll start throwing out beads. But either way, keep Skull alive, and I'm back on this thing. And whether it's Dobbs, whether it's Hall, whether it's Nick Mullins, don't care. Go out and get it done. This team has talent. This team is not ass. Thank you. And it's so frustrating because the team easily, if Kevin O'Connell had played to win, would have been 8-4 heading into the bye, and the scenery would have been a lot different than 6-6. Vikings have a lot of work, but go beat the Raiders, go beat the Bengals, 2 very winnable games, and then you have 2 home games in division against the Lions and the Packers. I don't care how big or bad the Lions are. I don't care that the Packers are allegedly getting hot. You should be able to take care of your business at home in division, although you didn't last night. No big deal. But keep Skull alive. This team is still the most dangerous team in the NFL, but you don't know if they're going to be a danger to the other team or a danger to themselves. It's what keeps life fun. Anyways, that's it. Upon further review, Skull, no production value, live from Gary, Indiana.